Konnichiwa, Ian des. Let's learn some English. And today we're looking at how to ask questions, which is a pretty big and important part of grammar. But easy. There's lots of different ways, but let's go through some of them. So the first thing, you'll need a question mark. I know that's not always necessary in Japanese, but in English, question needs a question mark, which is this red shape here. I know you do use them sometimes, but English every time. So you will need a question mark. Now, obviously, in spoken English, you can't hear the question mark. You don't say question mark. Obviously, you say ka at the end, and the person knows, oh, question. In English, it's more the intonation. It kind of goes up at the end. This will be very subtle, and you won't hear it every time. Sometimes it'll be obvious it's a question because there's question words, or just the context, it makes sense it's a question. But listen, sometimes you'll hear a little going up. Now, if you listen to a lot of Australians, they tend to end their sentences going up at the end, and the rest of the English world laughs at them because it sounds like they're always asking a question. So listen out for that. It's quite entertaining. Now, the first way you can ask a question is to simply make a statement. This will be where the intonation is quite important. So really, in written English, you just have to make your statement and add a question to the end, or question mark, sorry. So if I say, I like pies, that is a statement. If I put a question mark on the end, I like pies, it's not a question, I'm not too sure. And you would kind of say, I like pies, kind of goes up at the end. So you'll see this a lot. It's just statement with a question on the end. So you can say, it is hot. It is hot. Exact same, just question mark and little intonation. You can also, if someone says a statement to you and you're not sure what they mean, you can kind of take the main part of that statement and just say it back to them. So if I say, I like pies, and you're not sure what a pie is, you can just say, pies? I like pies. Pies? And really all you're saying is, what is a pie? Tell me more about pies. And I might have to ask a question to your question and say, well, do you not know what a pie is, or whatever, but you'll see this sometimes where just someone replies with part of the statement that was said to them. So I might say, it is hot. And you can say, hot? Question mark. Because really you're saying, is it really hot? So listen out for those types of questions. Very easy. And you should be okay with this because it's pretty much the same in Japanese. So, it's hot. Atsui desu. Statement. Just atsui desu. Stick a ka on the end. Suddenly, that statement is a question. Atsui desu ka? See, exact same. You say ka, we just put a question mark. Makes more sense in written English, but in spoken you'd just go up. I think we can actually just say Atsui desu ka? Oh no, atsui desu. And kind of go up a bit. Atsui desu? That's a question, right? Atsui desu. Atsui desu. Little difference. So it's exact same in English and Japanese there. Just make a statement, a question. Easy. Oh, here's the repeating the statement back. I didn't realise I put that slide in there. But yeah, we are eating carrots. And you can just say, carrots? Really, you're asking for more information about their statement. Easy. Look out for it. Okay, now we're getting serious. So obviously in Japanese the verb is always at the end. Not in English, it's in the middle. And you can flip it around and make a question. And you do that with the subject. So very easy statement. She is walking. It's a statement. If we flip these things around, is she walking? It suddenly becomes a question. And you've just inverted the verb. Another example. I can help you learn English. Statement. Can I help you learn English? Let's flip it around. Very easy. What you're probably going to see is question words. I know you have these in Japanese too, you know, like nanny and stuff like this, but in English we put them before the verb and they are why, when, who, where, how. Why, where? I think I'm missing what? I'm missing what? I don't know why I'm missing what, but I am. So, is she walking? An easy question. You can say, why is she walking? When is she walking? Who is she walking? You probably have to add with there to make it make sense, but still. Where is she walking? How is she walking? And I guess, what is she walking? Doesn't quite make sense, but maybe context it might if she's walking a dog. What is she walking? A dog? She's walking a cat? So these sentence words are, of course, you see, we just put them in front of the little question. Done. They're going to change it very drastically. Oh, here's what here. For some reason I've added it here, so obviously some logic to my PowerPoints. So who and what can be a subject. So you don't need to kind of invert things. So you can say she is walking, obviously she is the subject. But you can say who is walking. What is walking, if you're not sure. Who or what is walking. Things get a bit more complicated here using do or does. Still pretty straightforward. So if it's in the present tense, you can add do. And depending on the word, it might need to be does. That's where it gets a bit English rules with their exceptions and whatnot, but don't be too scared. As long as you say do, we'll kind of understand. So, you like cake. It's a statement. You like cake. Question. I can add do. Do you like cake? You could say you like cake, but it sounds a bit better to say do you like cake? And then obviously here we've got does, because it's the way the subject works with. We need to have does John. To say do John doesn't sound right. So does John like cake? I didn't put a question mark there. So is it a question? Yes, I just can't spell very well. Bad punctuation. And then did is the past tense of do. So I could ask, you went to the shop, meaning in the past. Did you go? Because went is the past of go. So before, did you go to the shop? You went to the shop. And you say, did you go? And obviously here I've had to change went to go to make it make more sense. It's a bit confusing, so you might have to be like, what is going on here? But you'll get used to it. Just keep listening, keep hearing things over and over again, you'll start to pick up. If you start trying to work out, is this the future, past, present tense, you'll get more confused. You've eaten. You have eaten. Have you? Would be, did you eat? Not, do you eat would mean kind of right now or in the future in general. Do you eat? But did you eat yesterday? And you can tell me. Oh yes, and then with the do and did, you can also add the question words. So, do you like cake? Can be like, why do you like cake? When do you like cake? Who do you like cake? That one doesn't work. But in most cases, for most questions, you could say, who do. If I just take away the word cake, who do you like? Might mean, what person do you like? Where do you like cake? That's also a bit of a strange wording, but where do you play football would make more sense. And how do you like cake? Bit of a strange one. You might say, how do you like to travel on the plane? And yes, I forgot what again. And no capital letters. What is going on? So, anyway, doesn't matter. If you got one of these do questions, you can add the question words to get even more detail. Because why you like cake and when do you like cake? Two different questions. So the more layers you add, the more detail you get. It works the same for the did. So if it's in the past. Did you eat cake? Why did you eat cake? It's a different question to just did you? Did you is, yeah, I did. But why? Why did you eat the cake? Oh, because it was John's birthday. And when did you eat the cake? You can, was it yesterday? Was it 2 o'clock? Was it January? When? And then who did you eat? That's not a real question. Again, not the best example, but who did you'll hear that a lot. Where did you eat? At home, cafe, John's house. And how did you eat? Was it fast? Was it slowly? Was it just shoved it all in? And what did you eat would also be here, but poor little what didn't get added. Well, any questions? Questions by questions, it's good, isn't it? So did any of that make sense? It's a bit confusing, you might have to watch it a few times. There'll be an article below, you can read all about it, that might help. Just understand there's more than one way to ask a question. They can be very simple or very complex, and you can ask the same question 10 different ways, which is scary, but just keep listening, keep doing your immersion, and you will understand more and more and more. So, hopefully, you're going to ask some questions. I want some questions below. Ask me some questions. Alright, arigato. Matinee.